You don't really know much about Halloween.
Hello and welcome back to another unboxing video. I am your host Joel. I'm one half of the Newlydeads, and if you're not familiar with who the Newlydeads are, if you're new to the channel, or if you're not, welcome back. You can find out more about us at thenewlydeads.com. You can find out about the two blogs that we write, our podcast, our television show, Dollar Store Drive-In, in which we review films that we find at the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, rummage sales, wherever we can find them, that we then have never seen before, and then watch and review for you, with a lot of farts and things in the background. It's a good time. You can check it out on these 4 different channels that are out there. If you want to find out more about those, just like I said, go to our website. We also have a bunch of other videos on our YouTube channel here, including other unboxing videos, Sinister Snacks, Coffinated, Follow Us Around, Code Orange stuff, and just a bunch of other things. We like to keep busy, let's put it that way. So if you'd like to reach us, you can reach us at contact@thenewlydeads.com. If you have questions, comments, concerns, we'd be happy to chat with you. Now, I this year subscribed to Vinegar Syndrome for the first time, and it's been an interesting year. I would love to do it again, but it is rather pricey, so I don't know that that's going to be a thing that could happen. But, you know, you got to give it a shot once in a while. Life's too short, right? So this is the August subscriber package. There's 3 films that were part of that package, and that's all we've got for this video. And I'm a fan of Vinegar Syndrome anyway, but it's been nice to kind of get these films that some of them I would have purchased, some of them I may not have ever purchased, but now they're part of my collection, and I'm fascinated to watch them because I trust Vinegar Syndrome to put out interesting things that just looks beautiful. So the first film is one that I've heard a lot about, but I've never seen. This is Devil Times 5, aka People Toys, from 1974, the year I was born. The plot of this is that after 5 insane children are involved in a van wreck, they start killing people at a lodge who insulted them or were rude to them. Logical, right? This is directed by Sean McGregor, who did a film called Camper John. This was also directed by David Sheldon, who did Grizzly Adams and The Legend of the Dark Mountain, which, if you ever were alive in the 70s and watched broadcast television, you may be familiar with the Grizzly Adams series with, oh man, I forgot his name all of a sudden. Oh well, I'll put it up here. I'm drawing a blank at the moment. This stars Sorrel Brooke, who was Boss Hogg in 146 episodes of The Dukes of Hazzard, which, if you've seen the remake of the film that was done, it was kind of done as a comedy. You may be familiar with the characters, but if you haven't and you've seen the original television show, I've not seen it since I was a kid, so I don't know how it holds up, but at the time it was fun. Gosh, I cannot remember the name of the director, but he's part of Broken Lizard. I'll put it up here for the movie, not the TV show. This also stars Gene Evans, who was in Operation Petticoat. Now, some trivia that I found out is that the film's original director, Sean McGregor, was fired from the film after a few weeks of difficult filming, and most of the footage that he had directed was considered to be unusable. As a result, much of its final version had to be redone under the direction of David Sheldon several weeks later. So with Vinegar Syndrome, especially when you get stuff through your subscription, you always get a nice little slipcase. This is a 4K release, which I do not have a 4K player as of yet. It is on my list of things to get at some point, as well as a 4K TV, but that is down the road. But inside, if you don't have one, you can get the 4K release and the Blu-ray release, so you can still watch the film in glorious color and remastered. So I'm interested in this. Killer kid movies are a whole subgenre of horror that I'm not necessarily a fan of, but I've seen a lot of the films, some of them better than others. Like Beware Children at Play has just a crazy ending. If you've never seen it, be warned, if you don't want to see children harmed, don't watch the movie. Next up, we have a Vincent Price film called Bloodbath at the House of Death. This is from 1984, 10 years later. The plot of this is that 6 scientists investigate a strange phenomenon at a creepy Headstone Manor, the site of a mysterious massacre years earlier that took the lives of 18 guests in one night. That's a heck of a body count. This was directed by Ray Cameron, who did Assaulted Nuts. Okay, sounds interesting. This stars one Vincent Price. I'm a huge fan of. My wife and I both are Vincent Price fans. We have a bunch of Vincent Price memorabilia around the house. I have a lot of Vincent Price t-shirts. We like the guy. He was also in a few other films you might recognize, such as House on Haunted Hill, The Fly, Edward Scissorhands, and one of my favorites, The Last Man on Earth, the progenitor to Night of the Living Dead. If you've never seen it, it's been retold several times, but it's just such a good movie. This also stars Pamela Stevenson, who was in Superman 3, one of the lesser favored Superman movies, and Kenny Everett, who was in Captain Kremen and Kremen the movie. I wrote it down because I thought, interesting franchise. So, a little bit of trivia I found out. During filming, Kenny Everett would often forget that his character walks with a limp or limp with the wrong leg. So, director Ray Cameron eventually had to stick signs up on the set that said limp, ! And had a clapper boy charged with reminding Kenny to limp before each scene. So if you're going to, do some character work and you're going to come up with something like that, kind of important to stick to it. So inside the slipcover here, got the special features and a couple of images from the film. Inside we have the Blu-ray itself, which has an image from the film. There we go. And the original cover art, which is a little bit saucy. So I know that Vincent is not like a main character. I don't believe. I think he's got minimal screen time in this, but anytime you can have Vincent Price on screen, I'll take it. And finally, the one I am most excited about from this August release is Hell's Trap. This is also known as Trampa Infernal. It's from 1989, so we're getting further on here. The plot of this is 2 rivaling groups of friends intend to hunt a bear in the forest, but soon they are stalked by a masked madman, Vietnam veteran. What? Okay. And if you can see here, I'll see if this hopefully works. Obviously, somebody's riffing on Freddy Krueger. Now, I don't believe this guy is supernatural, and I don't believe that this guy is stalking anybody in their dreams, but he has a glove that is very similar, with totally different kinds of weapons on the tips. This was directed by Pedro Galindo III, who did Vacation of Terror 2, which I have Vacation of Terror 1 and 2 that I got through Vinegar Syndrome. This stars Pedro Fernandez, who was in Vacation of Terror 2, and Edith Gonzalez, who was in Guyana Cult of the Damned, which is just one of those films that is something just to be seen to be believed. Kind of reminds me of The Sacrament, or anything to do with Jim Jones, or films that have been done about the Jim Jones massacre. So I really couldn't find any trivia about this, but I am very excited to see this. I love a good slasher, and anytime that you kind of get a film where it's a riff on another character, I'm all in. I'm a huge revisionist in terms of like films and stories. I like to see things retold over and over, like things that kind of are like Groundhog's Day, where they kind of redo the same thing but with different outcomes. I don't know why. It's just a thing. I write stories like that. Same idea. Anyway, you've got the cover here. Again, you've got the back with the special features with the typical Vinegar Syndrome layout. Inside, you have the film itself with the image of the masked killer. And I believe this is the original poster for the film. And like I said, I am very excited to watch this. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I have a huge backlog with the amount of stuff that I have been getting from them, as well as just the things that I have going on with the Newlydeads. Time is very minimal for watching films, which is a little sad, but it means that someday, if and when I'm able to retire, I'm going to have a plethora of things to watch. So, got to look at the bright side, kids. All right, that is it. It's a very small haul, but a good haul, and we've got lots more to come. I know that the September box has already been shipped, as well as the sale that they had for the beginning of September. I picked up a bunch of stuff there. Probably shouldn't have, but it was close to my birthday, so I figured treat yourself. Anyway, we will be showing you those as soon as I get those. But in the meantime, don't forget that tomorrow is not guaranteed, so please remember to unbox your heart. We'll see you next time.
Should be done, you see, between the real and the unreal. The dead might be looking in. Halloween, the festival of Samhain. Happy Halloween.